What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we just saw a major correction to the downside, pulling the prices, on like Bitcoin from a high of $25,000 all the way to a low of $20,000. But this was no surprise to us, and it was by no means a negative correction to the downside. This is a healthy pullback that needs to happen in order to see the price of Bitcoin head up even higher, or the price of any of these cryptocurrencies to head up even higher. We can't continue to scale up, straight up, if we don't see any correction to the downside, giving us a window of opportunity and lowering ourselves on the relative strength indicators to allow us to have more room and momentum to the upside here. And this is what we're seeing within most of the cryptos. Now, we did enter a few trades over the weekend as I was traveling from New York to Florida. I didn't update Patreon, and some of you guys have actually brought it up to my attention, so I apologize for that. New trades will be posted shortly. Hopefully you guys are able to take profits. If not, it's no big deal. As we said before, this is an extremely moderate to aggressive trade here, and as you can see, just as high as we went, we came right back down. But if you haven't gotten profits, it's still totally fine. We haven't broken through our price floor yet, or sorry, our stop loss yet, just in case, which is set a little bit lower. But we'll see how exactly we do decide to trade this out, because we are getting very close to getting stopped out, and it is definitely a big possibility. But even if we don't get stopped out, there's a chance we could recover off of this, because I do believe we have found the bottom within most of these cryptocurrencies here, but we're not really going to know the answer until the S&P 500 decides to open. There's actually a big chance, now that I'm looking at these cryptos, when you start to actually look and understand the S&P 500, there's a very good chance that come 9:30, we're actually going to start to correct to the downside here, correct to like 4,200 points, if not maybe even lower, down to 4,088 points. You guys know the cryptocurrency has been trading, pretty much consolidating for the most part over the weekend here. We saw a little bit of movement, but it's nothing crazy. But the S&P was closed on the weekend. And as you guys can see, the S&P just decided to break through its uptrend here, unlike these other cryptos, which have already had a massive tumble. So there's a big chance now that the S&P could really start to see its correction now, this week, and that could easily pull these rest of these cryptocurrencies down with it, which means there's a big chance we could see Ethereum continue to correct lower, all the way down to like 1,300 points. We could even see Bitcoin correct lower, all the way down to like $19,000, and even XRP fall lower down to 30 cents here. So there's a chance that we could continue to see these drops happen, which is why we have a tight stop loss. Like I've said, this was a moderate to aggressive trade, which is something to consider. We tried to make a little bit of money on here. You definitely could have if you continue to slightly move your stop loss up. Again, very, very, very little leverage on these trades anyway, just in case we did decide to pull back down, because we were just taking a risk. We made a ton of profit off this correction, but there is a chance if we close below, at any point the daily below this price floor here, that we are going to continue to scale to the downside again, even lower, becoming extremely oversold, and then we will get ready for a potential reversal back to the upside here, which is what we're all kind of waiting for here. So again, these are moderate trades. This to the downside is a moderate trade, but retesting the support to the upside here would be fairly bullish and pretty conservative. Now, with that all being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Let's dive into today's episode. So before I dive into the technical analysis, I just want you guys to know that I did just drop a new video on my finance channel, my second channel. As you guys can see here, the Feds just screwed 75% of the middle class. Start saving. I feel like not a lot of people actually realize or think about what actually is happening right now within the markets. It's kind of an elaborate thing that's happening within our economy here. Just the way the markets are set up, with the way we've had inflation for the past 10 months over like 5 or 6%, which is absurd and very hard to live with. And the people that were on, living paycheck to paycheck or just above paycheck to paycheck, we're either pushed down to paycheck, or we're now pushed down into not being able to afford everyday life. And those people are now up to their, knees in debt or credit card debt, which is a variable interest, or a personal loan, which is a variable interest. And now in order for the Feds to conquer and defeat inflation, they have to raise interest rates, which is going to raise the variable interest rates for credit cards and personal loans. So not only did they just hook you, by force into these personal loans and credit card debt, Now they're going to jack up the interest rates, which means you have to pay more on the debt that they just screwed you into getting into. So it's a crazy cycle, and I've explained that very much so in depth in this video, so I highly recommend you guys check it out. We're about to hit 700 subs, but sorry for wasting 5 minutes, but I do wanted to just let you guys know this. But to dive into the technical analysis, as you guys know, top 10 cryptos, we are starting to still correct lower. We're down about 1.98%. Top 10 cryptocurrencies are also correcting lower. Over the past week or so, we've actually seen the markets down quite a bit. This was expected, anticipated, double digits across the board. We're up. Some cryptos are up 20%, but really nothing at the sort here. Most of the cryptos are down, I'd say, 10 to 38%, as you can see here. Most is double digits, 20% on average, which is not good. But it was expected, so it's healthy. So it isn't bad, actually. I changed my opinion here. You can see this is a called correction. We made a killing off this correction by using Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange here. They offer spot trading, which I love to use. It just makes converting cryptos extremely easy back and forth. Now, I finally got an answer as to why the derivatives, which you can see on here, the spot trading is you have a full complete chart. When you go to derivatives, you can see here they have very little days, only 3 days here, which it used to have, months on months. The reason is because they just revamped their derivatives exchange, or the derivatives website here with leverage trading, which reset the charts on TradingView, which is why you have 3 days. But it's starting from 3 days ago, so there's nothing to worry about, but you can see the page is different, and that's why we see that. So totally fine. Definitely make sure to go check out Bityard down in the description below. Make sure to sign up where you can get some free crypto once you sign up by clicking mystery box. Not only that, make sure to check out the demo account, so you don't actually have to risk trading. You could just trade for free without risk with some monopoly money. But moving on, you can see we're now retesting the support. It's vital, but this is an aggressive trade for the most part here. It's not by no means conservative. Trading pretty much inside these ascending fractals is by no means conservative, but this trade, catching the break up or the breakdown, is the conservative play here, which we took advantage of. You can see we fell low. This is what we've been waiting for. Waiting. Finally gets to this level here. We short this, made a ton of profit on these cryptos. It was the easiest play, textbook play, what we expected here, but we've now fallen out of the support. We figured there would be a little bit of a ripple effect, which we're starting to see. If you kept your stop loss tight, you made some profit. I don't expect us to head all the way back up to here, but maybe a little bit higher here. Regardless, we're starting to see that ripple effect, and there's a chance now that we might get stopped out on this one. So I apologize for that, but we could very well get stopped out on this because there's a good chance the S&P is going to drag us lower this week. But again, I could be totally wrong. Maybe the S&P decides that this is the lowest it needed to go to. Typically, when we were in our uptrend here, when we hit resistance, we came back down to, I'd say, 40 to 50, 40 on the RSI. So that gives us, of course it did this. That gives us a lot of room and potential on the S&P 500 to fall lower, to correct lower, if you see what I mean here. We're only at about, 60, and we could fall all the way to 40, which is right here on the RSI. So there's a lot of room to head lower, which would send us to about maybe this or this on the RSI before we see a run back to the upside here, which is concerning in the fact that we could be heading even lower on XRP in these cryptos, which means this small trade that we had is going to get stopped out. But keep your eyes peeled. There's a chance we could head even lower here, and if we close below this support, we'll immediately reverse our trade to a short, and we'll at least hopefully break even on the profits we're probably going to lose from this trade here, and we'll go from there. As you guys know, we've been tracking this potential rebound here, this little flash pump on the markets here, and we're just starting to see that happen. We just started to see it over the weekend here, but now we're coming back down to consolidate. So we'll see what happens here. We're pretty low on the RSI on most of these cryptos. Like, we're trading at 40, we're trading at 20, we're trading at 36. We've retested 30 before. There's a chance we see liftoff. We are retesting some pretty vital supports on Bitcoin and XRP, which would call for a correction, or swing to the upside here. But we need to wait for this to play out first. We don't know for sure. But that pretty much is going to wrap up today's video, guys. Definitely make sure to go check out my new video that I just dropped, as well as check out Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange. But if you type my name, Hayden Schreier, you can see right here it just pops up. This video is blowing up too, which is it really means a lot. It seems like a lot of you guys are interested in the morning. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. See see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.